Alright, I'm gonna call you back. I was listening to 57. Me too.
Recently, I got a very nice check to play a show in April. I didn't have to show up until the day of the show, but I told my people to get me to arrive a day early. You want to see the sights they asked? That's not it, I explained. I need to meet the motherfucker who can write a check like that. I didn't know what this guy did, but I knew I could learn something from him. It's not only a professional priority. I love talking to anyone who can provide me with new information that can change my perspective. There can be a subject that I feel like I'm rock solid on, that there's no way anyone can change my mind on it. Then a smart person hits me with a new perspective on it, an insight I hadn't considered before, and everything changes. That happened to me recently. I was talking to a friend about the news that Vice President Pence said he wouldn't meet a woman for dinner without his wife present. People were upset with his remark, but I didn't see what the outrage was.
Yeah, this motherfucking Canal playing GTA, listening to 57 audiobook.
There's a side of me that identifies with him.
The audiobook is called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter by 50
But
Cent.
this friend wasn't willing to leave Pence alone.
Hustle Harder, Hustle
With me,
Smarter.
with my limited vision. Listen, 50, you need to look at this from my perspective, he told me. I have 2 daughters, and I'm not having any more kids. Those 2 are my future. Let's say one of them excels in school and wants to get into politics. She works her way up through the ranks, does all the right things, and gets involved with an issue. Now she has a chance to meet with the vice president for dinner, and his office tells her that his wife has to come along. Or she can't get the meeting. That's not fair. No. Why not, I ask? He's just trying to stay focused. He's aware of his imperfections. We should celebrate that, not attack the man for that. No, he deserves to be criticized, he replied. First of all, he's going to the dinner as the vice president, not as a man. So when he says he can't meet my daughter without his wife present, that means he's looking at her as a sexual object, not as a lobbyist, a policy expert, a senator, whatever she might be. He's seeing her as a sex object first and foremost. He had a point. I was starting to see where he was coming from. But my friend wasn't done. Here's the other problem, 50. You know that the vibe is different when it's just 2 people talking business versus when one of their spouses is present. When it's just 2 people, they can get down to the nitty-gritty. Talk shit about their enemies. Conspire together. Trade notes and trade dirt. Discuss stuff they might not talk about in front of other people. That's how a lot of business gets done in the real world. But when a spouse is there, the vibe changes. The conversations about kids, vacations, or what TV shows everyone watch. It doesn't get down to the dirt. If my daughter's talking to the vice president, I want her to be able to get into the nitty-gritty. I want her to be able to talk about making real moves with someone in a position of power. I don't want her to be penalized for being a female. She'll have to limit herself to a different type of conversation than a man in her position would have. Fuck that. Oh shit, how did I see that? I asked my friend. When he put it like that to me, it was like a bomb went off in my head. I had been seeing the issue in black and white, and he helped me see it in technicolor. My vision was limited because I had been identifying with Pence as a single man. As someone who was familiar with lust, I could appreciate his position. I had failed to identify with the woman in the situation, with how she was losing out despite doing nothing wrong. I live for moments like that, when I can identify where I've been wrong about a subject and start to evolve my thinking. I don't live to be right all the time, or to have a bunch of yes men tell me, that's right, boss, when I say some dumb shit. No, I want to have my mind expanded and my perspective shifted by as many intelligent people as possible. Every single place I go, I'm studying people. The way they say things, their attitude, the information they share. I could be on the train and I'd be watching people taking notes. That's how I learned business, by studying people I admired and how they conducted themselves. Smart people give away so much information through their words or their actions. Grab every single one of those gems that you can. Hip-hop has brought about a lot of positive changes in the country and improved countless lives. One area it can improve, however, is to stop putting so much priority on being cool. We like our rappers to be damaged, but we don't like them to be insecure or nerdy. We need to change that up. Just say it's okay to admit you don't know things, that you don't have all the answers, that you feel unsure of yourself in certain situations. It's only by admitting that you have some growing up to do that you can even start the process. There are some people who always position themselves to be the smartest people in the room. They do that because it soothes their insecurity. They'd rather present the impression of being important than actually put themselves in position to grow. Never be that person. Always challenge yourself to be around people who might be informed in different ways than you are, who have had different experiences, and most important, aren't intimidated to share that information with you. Those are the people that are going to supercharge your evolution into your best self. Chapter 6. Power of Perception. The world will see you the way you see you, and treat you the way you treat yourself. Beyonce. When Get Rich or Die Trying was released, I still had one foot very much in the streets. That connection and struggle made me very relatable. Once I achieved success on the highest level, however, that connection was lost. With fame and fortune, I stopped being human. I was closer to a comic book character than someone with real feelings. The perception was that if you cut me, I wouldn't bleed. Over time, I've been able to let go of any resentment connected to the perception that I'm not susceptible to the same pains, fears, and disappointments as everyone else. I accepted that there were certain assumptions about me that I wasn't going to be able to change. What I could do, however, was hustle smarter to make those perceptions work in my favor. I noticed a trend in how the media covers me. When I'm killing it, I'm known as the music mogul 50 Cent. Let something go bad, and then I'm the rapper 50 Cent. It would have been easy to develop a negative fixation about that irregularity. Instead, I saw an opportunity. By referring to me as a rapper when I do something controversial, the press offers me a kind of freedom, one that other people in my position don't have. We live in a climate where most people are openly afraid to speak their minds, especially those with power and influence. They're worried that if they say the wrong thing on social media or in the press, they'll lose something, an endorsement, a role, friends, maybe even their careers. They'll be canceled. I never worry about being canceled. I've been transparent about my issues from day one, so the expectations aren't the same for me as they are for my peers. There's an acceptance that I was messed up to start with. When I do say something wild, being labeled as the rapper 50 Cent becomes my shield. Any cancellation talk bounces right off it. Even the most critical voices out there will concede that's just 50 being 50. That freedom to be myself, warts and all, has become incredibly valuable. One of the greatest tools at my disposal is my Instagram page, which has 25 million followers. Why do so many people mess with my page? Because it's always popping off. They gravitate to it because it's raw, unfiltered, and actually run by me. There's no publicist overseeing my posts, telling me what to take down, or a 25-year-old social media manager sitting in the cubicle trying to think of how to make a promotional post sound like me. It's a true reflection of me on each and every day. Very few of my peers can say that. Here's the twist. The popularity of my page has been one of the driving forces behind the success of Power, and my subsequent mega deal with Stars. When the press wrote about that deal, I damn sure wasn't the rapper 50 Cent. My hustle had shifted the perception. Curtis Jackson, the mogul, the businessman, and entertainment executive, is who made that Stars deal happen. Now that I recognize the advantages it brings, I'm comfortable with being known as both 50 Cent and Curtis Jackson. 50 Cent is the perception. Curtis Jackson is the reality. That doesn't mean 50 Cent is fake, not at all. 90% of the things I've rapped about, I've lived. Not to mention that there are plenty of things that I've lived through that haven't shown up in my music. I can now use the persona of 50 Cent the persona I earned the hard way, to my advantage, to both protect and elevate Curtis Jackson. The greatest fear many people have is just being themselves. There are probably some of you listening to this book hoping that you can become the next 50 Cent. If that sounds like you, let go of that intention. Being me is not going to fit your journey, and neither is trying to be anyone else. When you're patterning yourself too closely after another person, you're putting weak, ineffectual energy out into the world. You're running away from your most inexhaustible power supply, being yourself. What I want you to take from this chapter is an understanding about how presenting the best possible version of yourself is going to have an incredible impact on your success. Influencing how people perceive you doesn't make you fake.